Jacqueline, the Dusty Baker, and behind the camera we have
Tamisha. Hey
Hi,
guys.
Tamisha.
Hey, Jacqueline.
Welcome to my little kitchen in New York City. Today we are going to make chocolate chip cookies, gluten-free chocolate chip cookies. So sometimes you just want one or two cookies, right?
Never actually.
Well, sometimes maybe you should only have one or two cookies.
Okay, that's more like it.
So today, instead of making 24 chocolate chip cookies like you might in any normal recipe, we're going to make six chocolate chip cookies. So in this recipe, we have scaled this down. We have 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter, a 1/4 cup of, I use organic cane sugar, and 1/2 cup of my all-purpose gluten-free flour. For me, that means this is brown rice flour, millet flour, and tapioca starch with xanthan gum. If you're using an all-purpose gluten-free flour, you want 1/2 cup of it and you want to add a 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum. So that's our basic cookie. For our cookies today, because we want them to be chocolate chip, we are going to add 3 tablespoons of vegan chocolate chips. And because I want a little bit more protein and some crunch, we're going to add 3 tablespoons of slivered almonds. So this makes our chocolate chip cookie right here. Now we're going to add on a little bit. To give it a little bit of leavening so it pops up a tiny bit, we're going to add a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder to our flour. And because I've scaled down the recipe, we don't really have the space for an egg, but we need something to bind it together. So what I'm using is a tablespoon of whole ground flaxseed meal. If you've ever baked vegan before, flax is a great substitute for eggs. You mix flax and water, you let it sort of bloom together, it becomes sticky, and it helps sort of just keep everything pulled together. So because we don't have an egg, that's what we're going to use. So I've got my flaxseed meal. It's also got a lot of fiber, which is great. It's really good for your belly. So there we go. So there's our flour mix. And then because I also want to add a little bit more moisture and a little bit of a darker flavor to it because it's a chocolate chip cookie, I'm going to add a tablespoon of blackstrap molasses. This is the darkest molasses you can get. It's very good for women. It's got a lot of iron, calcium, and potassium, particularly good for women. So that's why I've got that one around. So this is our chocolate chip cookie right here. So what I'm going to do is in my standing mixer or in a mixer or in a bowl with your hand mixer, I'm going to put the 3 tablespoons of unsalted butter and my 1/4 cup of white sugar. To this I'm adding my 1 tablespoon of blackstrap molasses. There you go, camera. So now I'm going to start this on low until my flour starts to get incorporated. And my oven is set to 300 degrees. I want to keep this a little bit low because I don't want the cookies to flatten that much. And then I have a cookie sheet fitted with a sill pat so it doesn't slip. But you can also use parchment paper or any non-stick sheet. So there's the cookie dough. Come here, get off of there. There we go. Mitra, I dropped some cookie dough on the floor. That's Mitra.
She's looking. She's like, where?
You have to find it, you're a dog. So then to that, I'm just gonna toss in my chocolate chips. Come here, chocolate chip. And my nuts. You can use, I'm using almonds, you can use pecans, you can, now this is a lot of chocolate chip for a nut for this amount of dough, but really, who doesn't like a lot? So my hands have been washed. I'm gonna take my rings off. Now, you could use a cookie scoop, you could use a spoon, but because I want to partition this for 6 cookies, I'm just using my hands. So I'm pulling it all together, making sure my chocolate chips and nuts are distributed evenly. And then I'm just going to divide it into 6 cookies. Look at that. 6 perfect chocolate chip almond cookies. Now, I did put these in for an extra 2 minutes. So these have been in for 17 minutes. Sorry, 17 minutes. So when you push down, they have a little bit of give to them. We're going to let these cool on the pan for about 5 minutes before I remove them to a cooling rack. And then we're going to eat them. Ready, Tamisha?
I am ready. I cannot wait.
Tamisha, would you like a cookie?
I would.
Can I take the camera from you?
You can.
I don't know if we have time for this, but we'll see.
Let's see. Let me just get this down for you. I want this one. This one looks like it has more almonds in it. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, girl.
I was a little worried there would be too much chocolate, but it's perfect. This is perfect. The almond and the chocolate mix, I love it. I'm not just saying this, I love it.
So
this is delicious.
Do you want to say our goodbye for us?
Bye, you guys.
You
Thanks
have
for
to say, this is the Dusty Baker.
This is the Dusty Baker and Tamisha wishing you guys a sweet life, as sweet as these cookies. Bye-bye.